Yes, I cut up this $20,000 Hermes bag. My customer was looking for something extra special, so she asked me to customize her Kelly bag. Join me as I show you exactly how I did it. The idea was to use pheasant feathers, but we wanted to dye the white part to match the green of the bag. After 12 hours of prepping and dyeing feathers, they were ready to mount to my leather panel. So then I needed to prepare the bag by opening up the front panel. So I needed to remove the saddle stitching. Stitch by stitch, I carefully opened up the bag on each side. And then in order to separate all the layers, I needed to use my filetus and carefully separate the lining from the exterior panel. There's some felt in there that also needed to be lifted up. And then I'm going to position my template on the front of the bag. And now the most critical part of the process, cutting out the panel. You cannot F this up, and I'm happy to report it came out perfectly. So now I'm going to do some creasing along the edges and overall finishing of the inside edge of that cutout, and then prick the holes to prepare for the stitching. Then I can prepare the glue around the edges of the front panel as well as the edges of my feather panel and carefully glue it into place. Once it's in, I'm going to back it with another piece of reinforcement just to give that panel some extra stiffness, which I think it needs. And then carefully stitch the panel into place all along the edges. I've covered the feather panel with some protection while I stitch just because they are pretty sensitive. This is definitely more of a showpiece rather than an everyday bag. So once that's in, then I'll begin the reconstruction. So I'm gluing down all the layers again, and I'll use needles to line up all the original holes to make sure everything is exactly in place where it was before. So from here on out, it's pretty much all straightforward. I'm just stitching the layers of leather back together again, repainting, finishing, and polishing those edges, then stitching up the front flap to the sides, and basically it's done. That's one thing I love about doing these projects on Hermes bags, because if you're using the correct materials and techniques, then you can very easily disassemble a bag and reassemble it, and there's no difference in how it looks afterwards. And there it is, a customized Kelly with pheasant feathers. What do you think? Did I destroy a classic or create a masterpiece?